debt that we owe, and like we legitimately don't have it. And I wiped out my retirement in the process of it. And so like I'm trying to build that back up simultaneously while also trying not to drown. And I just feel like there has to be a
Yeah.
solution, and
I'm still
be,
I'm still here. My camera's just like turning on.
I just feel like there's got to be a way out of this, especially because we still have like 4 or 5 properties. We've had to sell quite a few. At one time, we had 20. So
Yeah, there's always the point is like there's always a way out of it because at the end of the day, like your situation isn't like horrible. It's just that like if we don't make yeah, if we don't reflect and really be like, okay, what's riskier? Because you're the situation that you're not gonna behave your way out of your situation the same way you behaved your way into it. Meaning there's different risks, there's different attitudes, behaviors, and things that we have to think about because if we don't take those risks, then what's riskier is staying in the same spot and just doing insanity, which is doing the same thing, right? Because what's good about your situation is real estate. What's bad about your situation is that you're not protected like as a corporation, right? So,
well,
yeah,
even know the entirety of it, but like Jason has a company that's an LLC. I should say that. Like it wasn't 100% personal. Like he has a lot of stuff as his company.
right.
The mortgages for the houses are in my name.
Yeah, so like there are ways to get around that. There's so many ways to get around that. I mean, I've personally known people who've had hundreds of units and like the market tanked and like trust me, this isn't the first time that a human being hasn't been challenged with adversity, especially in like downtimes like this. Because it's a recession, so it's like, we're this is where the real money happens because like this is where people either quit or people like go harder, right? Because again, when markets are slow, people think, oh, I'm not gonna market because like people can't spend money right now. No, like people can't spend money right now, so you got to market harder because then they're gonna see you more, right? So it's like it's always important to have that good understanding as to where we are now. But what I would say to you is, just give yourself the opportunity to like just understand that we are where we are now, but it's not like we're not in a position where exactly.
There have been times that like it's just so depressing, and like, and I mean Jason, I'll give him credit. He has been pretty positive about it, but he's also been like, people have killed themselves over much less than what they're.
For sure. For sure.
I think he actually, I know he wouldn't actually do that, but it sucks because it's really stressful.
What I would tell you right now, especially as, a wife that cares enough about her husband and, wants the same goals that he wants, if not more, and you're like actively fighting for that, like what you guys have is really important. And it's very honorable what you're doing, even if he's not showing up for himself, because yeah, like I've totally been there before in the past too, right? Like, I've been there where, like very depressed, very in a state of mind where I felt also worthless and I felt like it was way easier to just not live. And like if it wasn't for the support, the unconditional support of my wife, right? Like I probably wouldn't be alive either, right? Just being completely honest. So it's like you do play a very important role, right? And believe me, like trust me, there are people far wealthier than you that have lost their entire kingdom and they were able to rebuild that, right? And again, it's like I don't know if you know I don't know what your faith looks like or if that's anything that you believe in, but you know everything happens for a reason. And I'm not to go like full like Jesus mode on you, but like God wouldn't put you somewhere where he knows you can't handle, right? So this is all
And we do actually,
planned.
to be honest, like
Yeah,
we have actually both recognized that this situation we're in, and honestly him more than me, this has like sharpened his faith. And honestly, he's becoming a better husband because of our anniversary right now, if that makes any sense. Because he's so desperate for change that he's praying more, we're just he's drinking less, like just everything, like just doing better in life in so many ways, but just black clouds over us.
Yeah. If you so like just before we go here, right? Because I also do have a meeting coming up. Um, if it makes you feel again, it's not that like at the end of the day, like we basically have to become our own guarantee and just draw the line in the sand ourselves because there's not going to be a single airline that's not going to get you to your destination better or faster. You might have a layover, you might get birds might hit the windshield. Like you don't know what's the best option until you do it. Now the thing is this, right? Like, yeah, I've also been in positions where I had to force myself to step up as a husband. Like obviously you can tell I'm very young, right? I got married like this year or sorry, 6 months ago, right? And I was at a point in my career in my life. I'm very fortunate because I didn't go to university, right? I just went straight to work and I somehow ended up here. By fate. Now the thing is like yeah, like I always share this with everybody. It's like yeah, if you asked me like 6 months ago, like would I still be alive or would I be like where I am now financially, spiritually, career-wise, I would say no, right? Because I think
Why? What was you left out a piece where you would be? What?
oh yeah, so if you asked me 6 months ago where I would be, right?
In 6 months?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, right. Because I got married in August, so like maybe before the wedding. Because like before the wedding and during the wedding was like you could imagine. Like I was in a point in time where I was building an AI startup. I put everything on the line. Like I quit my job at the real estate thing. Just I put all my savings, all my debt into that, and then like that whole year was going great. And then for some reason, like I started getting more distracted. I started getting whatever, and then yeah, I just basically fell into this like I guess oh yeah, there you go. There you go. Can you hear me now? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just saying like I fell into this I guess cycle of like sin and like habitual patterns of like being distracted while I was building the business. And I basically ended up letting that consume me. And then I would say like 2 to 3 months before my wedding, everything was crashing and burning. Like I lost everything. Like I literally lost everything. My relationships with people, my business connections, my contracts, my developers. I was like $40,000 in debt, right? At like 21, right? High interest, Amex Platinum credit card predatory debt, right? And I thought like it was over, right? And I was like, dude, like, how do I even come back? And it wasn't until yeah, like it wasn't until I well, it was okay, sorry. It took me a very long time to realize this, but it's like yeah, like if God lets things happen in your life, not because he wants to like destroy it or he wants to do it, because that's the devil, right? The devil wants to steal, kill, and destroy. But God will like allow those things to happen because he knows that, that's my son. Like he's not going to turn to you even if you take everything from him, like he'll still turn to me. And it wasn't until like I realized that, which took me like 6 months, right? And then I was like, damn. So I basically like surrendered everything, stopped drinking, stopped smoking, stopped, you know, all the stuff that I was doing. And I was like, listen, um, well, I got medicated for ADHD because that was one big thing, right? But after that, right, literally my wife supported me the whole time. She knew everything that was going on. She was the only person that knew, my family, right? And yeah, if it wasn't for her and for her reminder of God's presence in my life, I probably would have ended my life as well, right? And I say this confidently because I understand where you guys are, and like your role as a wife is far more important than actually you probably already know it's important, but like the the weight of the kingdom like is literally on your shoulders, right? Because as men, we want to like thug it out and we want to like do things on our own and we don't want to seem vulnerable, but it's like the women in our life pull on the reins and like ground us. And it's like for him, that's all you got to do because the moment that he realizes that this is God's choice and God's design, when you guys both surrender your grip on life and realize that everything happens for a reason, God is going to start, pardoning your debts. Like money's just going to start coming in and you're going to be debt free pretty soon, right? I'm basically debt free, right? Thank God. But that's because I applied everything in Brennan's thing. And I also have a business. My AI startup is actually up again, right? So things are looking up, but it wasn't until like I actually like released my grip on life and I was like, okay, God, like, you know, I was working with some very shady people. Not shady, sorry. I was working with some people that I didn't align with when I was going through it. And I quit that job because I was like, I don't want to be involved in that because that's not who I am morally. And God saw that. And then I got this call, right? And then everything started kind of coming together, right? So I have faith that you guys will get through whatever you're going through right now. But just as how important it is for us to eat and drink water and breathe oxygen, like, you know, your husband needs you more than ever because I can't even imagine what he's going through. Your guys' situation seems significantly more delicate than mine. But again, I've met people personally who have had way more things and lost everything, and like families died, or like everybody gets in a car accident, or like whatever. But it's just like money doesn't mean anything because we don't take it with us. So it's like, okay, great. Like there's numbers on a screen that say how far behind we are, but it's like the government literally prints money, right? Like, okay, if we got to get bankrupt and try again, fine, right? Like the president has done that 12 times, right? So it's like, who cares? I wish he was here hearing what I was saying, but it's not my job to tell him that because God will show him that in his time. But just keep on doing what you're doing, keep on being an amazing wife, and what we'll do is just text me all the resources, all the information, and then yeah, and then we'll basically go from there. How does that sound?
So have a follow-up call in what, like a week or so?
Whenever you send over that information, I will literally look at it, talk to Brendan as well, just to see if there's any insight on like what we can do real estate wise. And yeah, and then any other additional information, like if you want to write it down somewhere, just send it. Like whatever you send me is whatever I'm working with, right? Because I've only had this conversation with you, and then I only have what's on my notes, which is not a lot of information. So if you just want to take a day or a week to get all that to me, do that, and then we'll go from there. But you guys are fine. Trust me, like you guys are actually in a really great spot compared to like most people in our program who started like in ruins, right? You guys are not, you're not even close to that.
Yeah.
So
See, like what, like I essentially emptied out my retirement to try to save us, and that didn't even do it. A few $100,000 in it at one time. And so I'm starting over at like 40 with no retirement. It's this new job I started in 2023. And after getting even just more serious about putting money in my 401k, I'm almost at like 70,000 in a year and a half. So like I know there's potential. I've seen it in just a year, and I know the market's been really good for the last year, but like I know it can be done. I just need to. I need.
you can literally become homeless and then retire in 3 years.
I'm sure it's possible.
Like you just have to be good stewards of the money and know the right decisions to make, but take action because clarity is only found through action, right? The more you spend in the airport looking at the destinations, like you just got to move one foot at a time because again, you're one relationship away, one connection away from literally like changing everything because your real estate portfolio, you can literally like present that to someone in our group. Okay, not guaranteed, right? But there are probably people in our group that can look at your portfolio and be like, okay, let's buy you guys out, right? Let's get you out of the situation. Let's get these properties, sub to it to us, and we'll take care of the loans because it's far less to do that than it is to buy a property on our own, right? So it's like there's so many creative angles you can do about this. It's just that one thing that's missing for you guys right now is network, not like a ridiculous plan. Like you just need network, right? Because if you know people, then they can help you and they can bless you, right? Brendan literally does giveaways every month and he gives people like $5,000 for no reason. He's like, oh, like I'm gonna give it to like the hardest working person in here, and like he just gives it to them, right? Um, so yeah, so give me the information.
Honestly, kudos to Brendan, but there was something about him that I just felt seemed genuine. Because you see these courses a lot, and they're, I don't know. Maybe it's because of his daughter, and I worked in a children's hospital for 20 years of my career, and I'm very familiar with his daughter, the issues, his seizure disorder that his daughter has, and just seemed very genuine. So that was also an appeal. But like, he seemed like someone I could trust.
Great people attract great people, right? So you could imagine the amount of people that are in here that are also doing really amazing things. Like I said, like there's even people that I can think of that like that would be willing to help you because at the end of the day, it's not like the people that were in here weren't also in the same spot, right? And the only way out was through help, right? Was through hand holding, was through, surrendering that grip and just like letting God work, and then that's it, right? So, but here's what I want to do because I'm gonna get yelled at if I'm late to this meeting anymore. So you get me that information, and then we'll talk soon, okay?
Okay, that's good.
All right, see you later. Bye bye.
Bye.
All right, I'm back. Hello? Is anyone there? That was a real sales call. Oh, you guys are muted. Oh shit, 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 shit. Hold on. Sorry. Um, yeah, there you go.
Boom.
Yeah, that was a real sales call. That she was literally crying.
Wow.
Like
What's up, guys?
it's just about being human, right? Like the second that I started talking about like how amazing she is and like how awesome she is, like she started tearing up. She couldn't even handle it, right? So it's like, yeah, it's all about human connection. The guy that we spoke to yesterday, um, again, this might be discouraging to some, this might be like funny to some, but sales is really like it's really sometimes it can just be sales, guys. Because look, I'm gonna show you guys something. Remember that guy that we were speaking to, like the Kevin guy,
Yeah.
right? Where he was like overweight and had this disease, and like he was really vulnerable with us, and like such an awesome dude, like such an amazing prospect, right? This is what happened on the second call.
Did you have
I'm
the
gonna-
call today?
Yeah, the call is scheduled for literally like this afternoon.
Okay.
Also, one thing I want to ask, are these people like leads that came in through the marketing, and because you're talking to them on the phone, no?
No, that was someone on Zoom. But this person
Oh.
was someone this was someone on the phone, but then we finally got on Zoom because the reason why that I was talking to him on the phone was because I didn't want to get on Zoom.
He didn't want, or you didn't want to get
I
on
didn't
Zoom?
want to because like I was so late and I was like, bro, like I have to go downstairs and connect everything. Let me just call him right now. Right.
Got it.
So
But they
so
were already
thanks.
booked by the setter though, with you.
Yes.
They were
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. So watch. This is the second call. Right. This is right after our role play. Right. Literally right after.
Okay.
Bro, how quick is this call?
Is that required?
Yeah, man.
Is that required?
Yeah, man. He asked me if why am I recording, so I stopped recording and then I restarted it because like I just wanted to get this reaction because yeah. He used to say, "Why are you recording?" Or like I say, "Oh, like I say, hi, how's it going? Can you see me?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "I can't see you." And he's like, "Oh, is that required?" And I'm like, "Yeah." and this is the rest.
Why is that?
I mean, I can like
I mean,
we
I
can.
don't know. You just like join a meeting, you just start recording. You say you want to see me. You don't ask me if it's okay if I can be recorded. So I've never joined a meeting in my career like that, so I don't know why you would do that.
I hear you, bro. No, we can end the recording now if you want. I can do that right now.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, like it asks permission, basically the second that you join. But this like so it says recording and taking notes, but it's just taking the transcription because we just do that for quality assurance. And also if Brennan, yeah, if you do end up deciding to join us, like it just saves Brennan a bunch of time because it's not a broken telephone. You can just listen to the transcription itself. But yeah, bro, as far as like the camera stuff, yeah, you don't have to turn it on. It's just that if we're gonna be doing a business engagement together, like I would love to see your face, and I'm showing my face, so it's just like I'm being graceful, like I'm being such a cool guy, right? I'm just like, yeah, man, it's okay. Like he's probably like overweight and doesn't want to get on camera. I get it, right? I've been there, right? Relational thing. You want to set. Bruh, he left.
No way.
All right, whatever. Okay, maybe I'll have the sandwich now. Right? That's how you gotta be. That's how you gotta be. Right? You just gotta be unfazed. Like, fine. I was actually happy that he left because I was like, I didn't want to take that call. Like, I just wanted to like focus on the content OS, which Hamza is locking in on, right? So yeah, but that's basically it, guys. By the way, why is there only one viewer on my live stream?
That must be me.
That must be
I'm
me.
I'm I'm on as well.
Really?
Actually, no, hold up.
Also,
Like,
Daniel, I actually heard this not tactic, but this way of using Fathom. If you pay the subscription or whatever, you can rename it. So it doesn't say recording and taking notes, but you can put like Daniel's MacBook Pro or something.
Yeah, but I don't want to lie about that. Like I want them to know it's recorded. It's
Yeah,
for their
but
own good.
but like you actually said that it's not recording, it's just taking the transcription, but it's like the Fathom, it's still recording it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like the call wasn't being recorded, like technically, right? Fathom was just taking the transcription, right? Which again, he didn't turn on his camera, so like he's not being recorded, right? So the
Yeah.
thing is, yeah, I mean you can try all the tactics to like hide the fact that people are being recorded, but like people need to know they're being recorded because like number one, if somehow they find out that you were recording them without consent, like they can sue you. And second thing is, um, like when it comes down to just compliance and also like just also for ease of use, like for example, training and like, oh yeah, my founder, if he gets he'll probably just watch this video.
Mhm,
Thank you,
mhm.
Hamza. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I am going to take you guys back to school, right? So back to school. Back to school we go, right? Hamza's sitting in the back. Daniel's the class pet. Oziel is just like the awkward guy, and then Momo's with Hamza. Okay. So where is everybody though? Where is Drew? Where's Olivia? Where is Thomas?
Drew said something that he can't make it today.
Have you guys heard from Olivia?
No.
no.
Okay. Well, hope everything is good. Because I texted her as well. But anyways, yeah, so let's just dive right in. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna use the washroom, right? So class, please behave while I'm gone, right? No horsing around. Daniel, stay in your chair. Don't throw stuff. Okay, I'll be right back. Just keep the stream live. I'm gonna go pee. Be right back.
Cool. I actually got the got the vibes, bro, back from high school and shit.
Guys, I have a question, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright.
I had a YouTube channel on my MacBook Pro, and I gave the MacBook Pro to my sister, and I think she's after wiping the whole thing, yeah? So after forgetting I know the username for the YouTube channel, but I can't find the email. You get me? To log in.
Bro, you may as well just start a
Help
new
me.
one.
Well,
I
no,
just gave you
because
the shortcut.
it's the same username as my Instagram. I want to keep it like that. I want to keep that as my own brand, you know, or my own kind of style, yeah. But it's saying
Wait.
if you have a desktop, well, let me finish. It's saying if you have a desktop, yeah, you can go onto the person's YouTube channel and I'll send you the tag, yeah. And it's saying if you have a desktop, you can go to about. I tried it on my phone, tried it on a tablet. I don't have a desktop, and it says you can press a check email or something, and it'll say it. So if you only who has a computer,
I do.
right? I'll send it to you now.
I think all of us are from a computer besides you.
Right, try go to my YouTube channel, yeah, because I'm uploading something today.
Drop it in the chat.
If yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, bro. Where's Muhammad?
Dinner with his mom. This is
Oh,
birthday.
nice. It's just me, man. Yeah, that's it. So that's the YouTube channel.
All right,
If you
class.
can get the email, you'd be legends. Whoever can get that.
All right.
I send you a fiver.
Okay, class. So Danny, you look so funny, bro. Oh my God.
Me?
Yeah,
I look funny.
yeah.
What is funny, bro?
I don't know. I'm just used to
Person.
seeing I'm used to seeing you wear exactly what I wear. So when you're not wearing what I wear, like it's just weird.
Nah, bro. First things first, I want to ask, what is Content OS?
What is Content OS? Hamza, explain Content OS. Actually, hold on. Not on this live. We'll explain it after. This is a live, right? So let's get into the value, right? So basically, right, what we do is a few things, which honestly, I just want to share with you guys what I learned today, right? Because I did a pretty, you know, a good session today where, you know, dude, why is Momo circular?
I don't
Because
know,
he's
bro.
from the phone, I think.
It's a tablet. Samsung tablet or something. Is it, yeah? What's that got to do with it?
I don't know.
Anyway, we keep it round.
So basically, yeah, so for all of you guys in here, you guys need to make sure your brands are looking good. Because if you guys want to get placed, obviously like the biggest thing is making sure that you guys have like everything in order. Because if I'm gonna be making referrals, I'm gonna send them your account directly. And then I'm gonna say, yeah, this person DM'd you. Right. So you gotta make sure that you look good to go. You gotta make sure that you look clean. Obviously inauthentically be yourself. Don't be a robot. Don't be like every other Andrew Tate wannabe, right? Just be yourself, but be professional, right? So all of you guys should have already watched that video that I sent over to you guys personally. Once that's done, once you guys have everything set up, bio link, profile picture, link in the bio, like everything, send me your profile. I'll look at it and I'll tell you if it's ready, okay? Because what I'll tell you is all three of you guys are pretty much ready to go. But we still need to learn objections, which I mean we kind of already do. It's just you don't have to overcomplicate it, right? Because again, imagine objection handling is just objection handling, not pre-handling objections. So it's doing it in the moment versus pre-handling it. So it's the same process. Same process, except you're just not letting objections breathe. And after you accept their behavior, all you're asking them is, got it. So what do we have to do right here, right now to make sure you get to where you want to go? Or got it. Ready to start? Or let's do it. Right? That's all you're doing. You're just asking for the close. You're asking for the money. That's all. That's the extra step that you're doing. I don't need to go on and on and on how to handle objections. I mean, if you guys want on today's session, you guys can be prospects. We'll go one at a time. We'll be in the kitchen, right? We'll go in the kitchen mode, and you guys can start. You guys can try not to get closed by me. That's all we'll do. Okay. But one thing I want to share before we do that is a little lesson. Okay. And I'm gonna take out your guys' favorite tool, right? Because what I learned today, life-changing. I mean, something I learned today is just like, it was just a subtle reminder because as you guys know, like I'm on a sales team right now, right? So my sales manager is like really freaking good, and yeah. So let's do it. I gotta let my guy in here. Hold on, let's see here. While I'm pulling this up though, do you guys have any questions?
No.
No questions? How are you feeling, Daniel?
How I feel?
Yeah.
Good. I wanted to actually mention to you because I know you mentioned to go through your funnel right after yesterday's live and check out the landing page and how you cooked it up. And it was pretty decent. I must say I felt good about it. So yeah, it's pretty authentic, like raw, just giving everything as it is. No fluff.
Yeah. I gotta refilm the VSL though because the time is wrong. That's all.
What do you mean the time? Like it's too short?
No, because in the video it says 6 to 7 p.m. EST, but it's actually 5 to 6 now.
Oh
So,
yeah, because we changed it. We pushed it forward.
yeah.
Yeah. And I
Which
guess
honestly, I think I can just go to DaVinci Resolve and just fix it. I think that's literally what I did. I'll do that after this call, actually. It's like 2 minutes. But again, Hamza, what I'm doing right now is system failure. This is why I'm bottlenecked. Because I'm doing too many things at once, bro. It's fucked.
One step at a time, bro.
Yeah. So I hope that I made the right choice.
With
So that being said, boys and girls,
wait, one question before we dive in.
Yeah.
It's regarding content. I was thinking about some like nasty hooks that can get viral, and I was gonna ask you first because I actually don't feel that right about it, but I think it's actually funny and could potentially go viral. And it's like
Why
to
don't you
start,
just post it first and then send it to me? How about that?
or like recording the video, editing it kind of, and then sending it to you before I post it.
No, you just post it and then you send it to me.
you're gonna be the proof of concept, bro. If it works, then Daniel is gonna do it.
Like there's nothing that you need from me to determine what you want.
No, I
you
just
don't think
no, no, no.
if you don't think it's a good idea, don't post it. But if it is a good idea, if it's a little controversial, just make sure it's halal, right? Make sure don't make it like make sure it's good, right? Professional, but like you can yeah, it's your brand, bro. No one's gonna see it.
Actually,
If you post it, no one's gonna see it, bro. I'm telling you. No one,
I do want to say something.
you're only your mom is gonna see it.
Yeah.
DB, you don't need anybody's validation, bro. You know what I mean? I learned that years ago. I asked someone something, and he goes, "Why do you need my validation? And you not make up your own choice in your own mind." And it's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually I do want to say something, Daniel, right?
It was, but one thing, it wasn't really about validation. It was more so just getting your guys' thoughts on whether it's too much or, because like cussing, or cursing,
DB,
not curse,
fail
cussing.
fast. Fail fast. It's the only way to success. Fail as many times as you can. Learn from your own mistakes, especially in your 20s. This is where you learn and grow. And in your
True.
30s, your 20s will determine who you are,
Yeah.
Just make mistakes, bro. Don't be afraid. What are you afraid of,
Yeah,
There's no
yeah,
such
but
thing.
facts.
There's no such thing as perfection.
Cooking.
No.
Jose, what do you have to say to him?
It's so goofy. I agree. I agree with everything they were saying.
Perfect. So we're all good to move on?
Yeah.
I just have one
Yeah.
thing I want to say, Daniel. I think you have a format, bro. Like I do genuinely think you found your own format from your wait. Okay, I'm not there. Yeah. The wait, hold up. Because I don't have Instagram. I haven't been on Instagram for the last 30 days. But I do remember like at some point I was seeing you post uh you were posting funny reels on
Yeah.
you trying to close people, and I do believe you should double down on that because that's what Stewie Go actually teaches as well. He teaches his clients to double down on a format that works for them, and I feel like you should definitely stick with that.
Yeah, bro, I agree. So, yeah. So you guys ready to dive in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
good for the next 45 minutes. Oh, wait, I just realized I'm here alone. Let's do it.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go here, right? I think this is good, yeah. So I can share my screen here. Why am I so small?
Because you gotta hit the gym, bro.
I know, I know, I know.
I know, bye.
You gotta help me go to the gym, bro. I need help, bro.
Just kidding.
Like it's all on Hamza right now.
Hamza is a beast, man. Oh, stuff, man.
Yeah. This is sick. I actually like this. This is cool. Okay. So, all right, guys, pay attention. Everybody get your notes out. Why does Hamza and Momo only have their computer out? Okay, you guys need to, there you go. Okay. So, what we're gonna do, right, is we're gonna dive in to a few things. Oh, should I just leak the freaking Zoom link? Okay. All right. So we're gonna dive in and we're gonna talk about belief and identity. This is gonna be one of the most important lessons that you're gonna learn your entire life. And if you're here today, live, you're gonna be far more successful than the ones that are not here. Now, before we start, is everybody watching my live stream on their phone?
I'm watching it on the other tab.
Why does it only say I have 2 viewers? So weird. I don't know.
Wait. Does it say more now?
That are not here. Now, before we start, is my live stream on the phone? Okay. All right. I guess this is good.
Now it's 4.
All right. So let's dive right into the news. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about one of the most important lessons you'll ever learn in your entire life. Most important. Okay. Now, what I'll say, the reason why okay, fuck. Sorry. I need to post a story while I'm doing this. So we're gonna learn the most important lessons you guys are gonna learn in your entire life, okay? Because identity is formed based off of beliefs, okay? And it took me 3 years to understand the concept I'm gonna teach you guys. But if you join the live, you'll see it. We're talking about it right now, as you can see. Got the students right here. Say hello, guys. Hello. Great. So join the live. I'll see you guys there. All right. Let's go back into it. So it took me years to do this, and the reason why I say this, guys, is I'm actually being serious. Like, it took me so damn long to understand that, like, the reason why, like the truth, like the true reason why someone gives you an objection. Okay. The true reason why someone asks questions after a sales call, or sorry, after a pitch. The reason why you have people that don't trust salespeople. The reason why people give excuses. Oh my God, I can't even draw an arrow. Hamza, help. Okay, the reason why people give excuses. Okay. It has nothing to do, like, believe it or not, it legit has nothing to do with the condition of their, like it has nothing to do with external conditions, like, oh, I have to go to work, oh, it's a lot of money, oh, it's a lot of time. It legit has nothing to do with any of that. It has nothing to do with, oh, my daughter just walked in and, like, you know, like they're crying now, like, oh, I have to go. Nothing. There's nothing at all that will give someone a good enough reason to not buy. Now, how do we get people to buy? How do we get people to ignore all of these things and do this? Can someone tell me? Class? Daniel, stop texting your girlfriend.
I would say like helping them get past their fears.
Can you ask the question again, though?
Okay. So, how do we get people to buy and not give us any of these things? Any objections, any questions? Like, how do we get someone? Like, for example, I'll give you a perfect example. Why does Daniel wear the same clothes that I do without me telling him?
Bro,
Can someone tell me why?
Influence,
Okay. What's behind that?
trust, authority, maybe.
They
no,
have something they
it's
don't.
identity.
Okay. But, like, what's behind, how do we get someone to have an identity? How do we get them to shift their identity?
Trust, no?
Nope.
No.
Associating themselves. Leadership.
Ah. Pardon me, boys.
Okay. Leadership / influence. Now, can someone tell me why? I feel like a professor. I feel like Oppenheimer. Okay. Can someone tell me why? Anyone? Going once.
Because people are looking for a better version of themselves, for an outcome. And they need to see it and find it within themselves. And our goal is to shift their beliefs and therefore their identity with our influence or leadership. Bro is drawing me. Right, I better don't say anything actually.
Okay. Now, how do we get someone like this?
You got to draw some muscles there as well.
Okay, how do we get someone like this, right? To like stop doing like the habits that he has, which is like stories or like that's basically it. That's really the only habit that Daniel has, and he stopped doing that. He's gotten better at that. How? How have I gotten him to stop doing that?
By telling him.
Okay, tell him how.
Sorry?
Tell him how.
Tell him how. By showing him how. By being that person.
Yeah.
By influence, you know? By environment. We're conditioned
it's-
like that.
There's also a level of respect that I command. If I tell him to not do something, he won't. Right? And because he respects me, again, I'm not going to use a close thing again, but you know, there's a level of influence that I have the second that, you know, instructions are met or are made. So where I'm going with this is this, guys. I'll get to the point, but the reason is I'm just trying to get you guys to understand this is that the only reason why someone would change is because they became influenced. Now, for example, I had a call, right, with that one lady, remember? Where she was like, it was like the first call, like we basically made her assume the crown because her husband wasn't helping her with her finances. And, you know, she basically needed to be the queen, right? And then we scheduled the second call, which we reviewed again. That didn't close because she came in not assuming the hat again. She was displacing the crown. She was basically like not assuming the role of a queen, right? She was basically like going back to old habits, asking questions, not trusting us, giving us objections, giving us excuses as to why she can't do it. It literally took the call for her to be like, yeah, my daughter, or sorry, someone's ringing the doorbell and I got to go, right? So the reason why I'm bringing this up, guys, is because one thing I didn't do effectively on that call, which I thought I did, but I reviewed that call again, and I realized that what happened was that the reason why she was still asking me more questions after the pitch, or even before the pitch, like she wanted to know exactly how to fly the plane, even though I went through that analogy, right? You guys all knew I did, right? You guys all saw that I went through the car analogy, the wedding officiant analogy, the airplane analogy, right? I'm not going to explain all these analogies here. If people want to see it on the live, then they can just go on the playlist that I have on my channel, right? So can you guys. But the reason why it didn't work or it wasn't efficient, and again, because I'm human, I'm not going to be a robot and close 100% of my calls. There's a hard truth that we all have to understand, which is not everyone is ready to change, or like not everyone is willing to get help, right? Like a hard truth that most closers don't understand is that not everyone is going to close. Okay, that's just the first thing. Okay, but the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I would have closed her better if I took the time to make sure that this does not happen again. And the reason why it kept on happening was because she did not trust me. She did not trust what I was saying was fact. For example, when I was going through the pitch, when I explained part one, pillar two, pillar three, she still had a million questions because she wasn't taking what I was saying as the truth. It's like someone going to an airline, and before they board the plane, they're asking questions to the people that are scanning your passport before you go on the plane. Does the pilot know how to fly the plane? What color are the seats? Oh, is the air conditioning good enough for me and my daughter? Is there gonna be washrooms on the plane? where did the pilot go to school? Why would someone ask that? Maybe because the freaking plane outside the window is like a wooden cardboard box. Maybe because like they just saw the pilot walk in the door drinking Hennessy and going through the aisle and then getting in the pilot cockpit. Because there's no trust, because there's lack of confidence, these things end up coming up. Now, the way that we get people to not bring these things up is by being a strong leader. Because if we're strong leaders, guys, we can influence people's decision making, right? If I told Daniel, hey, Daniel, I want you to shave your mustache tomorrow and your goatee, he will show up and also have no eyebrows. Because that's how of an extent of the influence that I have. Now, I'm not saying these things to like, oh, like, look at me, I'm so cool. No, it's just the truth, right? Because I have influence. There's a reason why you guys are taking the time out of your day every day to meet with me, because what I have to say is respect. If a prospect doesn't respect you guys, if I tell the prospect, what's behind you asking the question? What's the point of asking questions? Like, what's the point of knowing how to fly the plane before getting on it? Is that helpful? No, why not? Gotcha. So what sort of decisions do we have to make sure that we can get on the damn airplane and get to where we want to go? But even if I do this, there is still a very high likelihood that there's going to be no trust and lack of confidence around me. And what I say is not truth. Because if she believed me, she wouldn't be asking me questions. Does that make sense? Right? Like if I went through that whole analogy in the discovery and she agreed with me and she tied down, if she still wanted to learn how to fly the plane after going through all of that and she agreed with me like in the discovery, does it mean that there's trust and there's confidence? No. Before I move on, does that make sense, guys? 100% sure. So the real question is, how do we actually get this so that we can get this? Because at the end of the day, guys, you're only going to get this by how you show up for the prospect. When you guys were listening to that call I had earlier, where the lady was crying, do you feel like she respected me? Or did she disrespect me? No, she cried. And she was like she was very happy about the conversation. And she literally was like, okay, like, what do I do? How do I get back to you? Like she was literally urging to get back to me. Now, how do we do this? How do we actually create influence and be a leader? It's broken up into two different ways because influence is different from being a leader. Influence is just what you get from being a leader, but you get influence differently. Sorry, but you get leadership differently. Okay, people receive leadership differently. Okay, that's why there's good leaders and there's bad leaders. Sorry, you can be a great leader, but have a bad influence. You can be a good leader and have good influence. For example, you can be Hitler and be an amazing leader because he was an amazing leader. To move a whole country and kill millions of people took a lot of fucking leadership, right? Even though, yes, it's not cool, great, but he was a great leader, right? But it was horrible what he did, right? I can do the same thing for good leaders, but again, we're not gonna like I don't have to. Yeah, I don't have to. Yeah, exactly. So I don't have to basically explain the good stuff. but what good leaders do. Because obviously, you want to make sure that you're a good leader and you have good influence, because you can be a good leader and make someone disrespect you or like not appreciate your presence. As an example, our heart posture can be intact, right? And like we want to serve people. Like we want to serve, like we want to help. We want to be able to like challenge people, hold them accountable. Be willing to have our arm be ripped out of our socket, even if like we're pulling them up and they get ripped out. Okay. But we can also still have bad influence. Why? Because sometimes, even if our heart's in the right place, you can still not read when it's time to be intense. You can still read when it's not time to hold someone accountable. Because at the end of the day, guys, my heart posture was good on that call. You guys all watched that call, all of you guys, and you guys felt my heart was there because I cared about her. But one thing that I did do that created bad influence was I was an enabler. Why was I an enabler? Because whenever she was asking questions, I would give her the answer. I mean, I would obviously like ask her what's the nature of it and do the analogy, but then like after the pitch, I didn't reframe the questions. I just gave her the answer that she was looking for, which basically made me enable that behavior. Okay. For example, if you train a dog to sit, right? If you train a dog to sit and it sits like a good boy, right? And you give it a treat. The next time you say sit and it barks, are you going to give it a treat?
No,
Why not?
because she doesn't obey. It doesn't demonstrate the right behavior.
If you're
That you
training a
want.
dog, if you're training a dog to pee outside and he does it right the first time, and then he does it good, but then one time he pees in your bed, are you going to throw the dog out? Like, are you going to put the dog in the dumpster?
I mean, no, when it pees outside where I want it to, then I give him the treat. When it pees in my bed, I punish.
Okay. Yes, punish. Right?
Because like, yeah, it's punish and reward.
Well, when I say like if the dog doesn't do something that they're trained to do, are you just gonna like throw the dog out? Like you're gonna like put it in the garbage can,
No, of course not.
right? Because you got to be patient because you got to reinforce the behavior again,
Yeah.
right? Maybe you got to put them in timeout. Maybe you got to yell at them. Maybe you got to like whatever, punish them, as you said. But we're not going to enable them, because if we enable their bad behavior, what are they going to do? They're going to keep on doing the same thing.
Rebel, kind of.
No, not rebel. They're just going to be doing the same thing without even knowing that it's bad. Because earlier in the conversation, in Discovery, as an example, in Discovery, you know, I was being very leader. Like I was basically calming her down, bringing her back to earth. I was being the person that she needed me to be. Right? Disco was good. I tied down. Like I basically like disabled bad behavior or bad stuff, bad behavior. But, you know, after the pitch, it was not good because I did not disable the bad behavior that came up again. And that's why she didn't close. Which, I mean, at the end of the day, like not everyone's gonna close, so you can't really be that hard on myself. Because like that would be like unrealistic to like just expect every single person to close, even if you do everything right. Because sometimes your arm is gonna rip out of the socket. It just will. Like there's no if, whens, or buts. Like it will happen. Like you're gonna do everything you can for someone, and you're gonna be like legit, maybe crying or in tears, or like you're gonna be like, dude, like let me help you, and like they're just gonna drown them. They're just gonna drown themselves. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up, guys, is because again, you want to make sure that you are a leader. That way you can disable these things in the discovery, but you can also do it when it comes up later in the call. Because if someone's giving excuses, right? If someone's giving you excuses to why they can't do something or limiting beliefs, or if someone's asking you a crap ton of questions in discovery about your process and what you do, if someone's giving you objections in discovery, we make sure that we eliminate each of these things. That way we can display our leadership and have an influence over them so that they actually take what we say as good, which equals trust. Because again, I'll bring up the bad leader again. Sorry, I'll bring up the good leader, but a bad influence. You can have a great leader, but sometimes disagree with them. Right? Have you guys ever had a strong leader in your life where there was a time where they said something or they made a statement and you were like, I don't agree with that. Right? Or you saw them do something and maybe in the moment you were like, whoa, that's very aggressive. But then like later down the road, you're like, okay, I understand why they did that. Because you guys have to understand something. The way that we do this, which is something that, Alex Hormozi actually broke down in one of his videos, which I'm going to find it right now because, this is going to be super important, especially heading into sales, because again, we're not here to just teach you guys old methods and old tricks. Like old closers and people will just like teach you like, oh yeah, like you need to be great at like, you need to be excellent at like, bro, like, you gotta be really good at like, doing outcomes and like knowing how to handle objections. And you gotta know how to how to tonality, right? No, that's all wrong. We're not teaching that anymore. It's 2026, guys, and people need a lot of love, truth, and care to be able to make a decision. They need a lot more influence now than ever. Considering now that there's like before there wasn't AI. There wasn't a fear of like, am I talking to a robot or a human? There wasn't, scams back then. There was scams, but there wasn't the level of scams now. There's far like if we took a sales call in 2020, people are far more likely to buy than today. We're also looking at ad cost, right? Was significantly lower because everybody was booking calls back then because there wasn't a lot of offers back then. So you need to understand that what we're doing is we're creating in the new system. Again, I'm not going to make this longer than it has to be. But the way that Alex Hormozi brings it out to be is special. First one is status. Do you have status over this person unconditionally? Okay, if you go to a bar, the bartender is going to have status because everyone's looking to get drinks. They want to throw money at them. They're like, hey, I want my drink. Hey, like, can you make this for me? Hey, like, whatever, what's up? But like, if you see the same bartender on the street, are you gonna like run to him and like give him your credit card? Yes or no?
Nope. I mean, how do you know he's even a bartender? And why would you?
Exactly. Because status is dependent on scenarios and environments.
Yeah.
And life circumstances. So the whole meaning of status is, does this person feel like you have something they don't? like a scarce resource. Because, for example, do you guys agree? I mean, it depends on like your upbringing, but like when we were children, we saw our parents as gods, and like they were like the coolest people ever, like they were the strongest people ever, right? And then now as we get older, like we're like, yeah, no, like they're cute, like they're my parents, I love them. Would you guys agree?
Absolutely.
The reason why that is because they had a scarce resource. The scarce resource was food, money, toys, vacations. Can I take a sick day for school, mama? Right? When you're older, it's your choice, right? So like there's no scarce resource as you get older. Maybe like you're still living under the roof, but like that's basically it. You gotta work, you gotta pay your credit card bill. So you have to have a scarce resource, which again you do have because you're a salesperson. Now obviously you're not there because you want to just like hide it from them and like keep it in Pandora's box, right? You have it and they know you have it. So there you go. Do you have status? The answer is yes. But also status is based off of how you look as well. If you don't look like you have the status, if you're not dressed properly, if your airplane looks like a wooden cardboard box, if your marketing and your funnel is doing bad, you don't have this because they don't perceive it. It has to be perceived. Just like when you're younger, you perceive your parents as very powerful people. Perception. Next thing is power, which really is just leadership and just like, the person that basically comes here and when someone follows what you say and something positive happens. And on sales calls, you do that through reframes. Because again, when you make someone see their own way of thinking of like, okay, like how helpful is it for you to look at your life and like, oh, I have to know everything. Or like, oh, like I need to like make sure that I know the best personal trainer. Can you tell me a time in your life where you waited for the right thing and like you just never got it? Right. So like, okay, so got it. It's like they can connect what you're saying, which is like say do correspondence. Yeah, but this person is saying actually corresponds to my life. Or like you might even have them go through an exercise. Hey, like let's actually reflect your life. What will life look like? You're making them do something that like actually makes them envision where they want to be versus where they don't want to be. So that's like you basically they follow what you say and something positive happens. It could even be something negative happens as well. That's power over someone. Okay. Next thing is credibility. Okay. Which for this one is just like, it's pretty self-explanatory, right? But it could also be how you're dressed, how you perceive yourself. If I'm married or if my wife is pregnant, then I have far more credibility than the single closer that's 16 years old. Now, I'm not saying you guys all have to get pregnant and have kids and get married.
But why is that though? Is it because they can level with you more, or you are?
Because there's relevance, right? It's relevant.
But it depends also on the target market, like the people you're talking
For
to.
sure. For sure. But the thing is this too. If someone is fat and overweight, then
They
yeah,
have no
credibility,
no-
correspondence, and like relevance is someone they're talking to has to be skinny and has to be ripped, right? So that's credibility. That's social proof. That's proof, right?
Yeah.
Credibility of me doing a reframe on marriage and having to talk to their spouse. I have more credibility than you because I'm actually married, right? But
Yeah.
obviously, like you can still use the same word tracks. It's just that you don't have as much credibility. So you
Yeah.
guys should all be looking to get married soon. Everyone, because it'll make you more money. Seriously. Momo knows. Okay.
Okay.
So credibility, right? And then the last thing, can anyone guess?
Al.
It's either love or leverage, but I'm guessing it's leverage
Okay, close.
or loyalty. That's it.
So the last one is likeness, which is basically just like
Likability is the same.
like likability, or just like do they relate, or like are they like the same as you?
Mm.
Do they actually look like you?
Relatability or relating to them. Yeah, to us.
Credibility is different from relatability.
Right.
We're far more likely to sell someone into your program that looks exactly like you. That's why Suego has a lot of Asian clients.
Yeah, because they have rapport immediately.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's something to connect on,
Yeah.
right? Momo has kids and he's also married. Like that's something to connect on. I don't have kids yet, but we're married. So that's boom, likeness. He sees that I hustle. He sees that I'm married, that I'm young. So he understands. So that's basically all I'm going to leave you guys with, because my thing just died. Perfect timing, right? So yeah. And if you guys want to make money, right, it's about having leadership, because leadership breeds influence, but you can also have bad influence and good influence. So you better make sure that to have good influence, that you follow the SPCL rule, because if you have status and power, that means when you say something, something good happens. Status, perceived likability, perceived scarce resource, perceived image based off of what you're wearing, how you perceive yourself, what you're wearing, what your hair looks like, your haircut, your background, how you talk, your tonality, your pacing. Credibility is also what you say is what you do, and also like you might have accolades on your wall, or you might be someone who's ripped and they're fat. Boom, credibility. And then likeness is just like, do they look like you? Do they speak like you? Are they like you? Can you find relatability? Can you find that human connection? Right? Now, this video that I showed you wasn't a sales video. It was actually Alex Hormozi's social media strategy. But you can apply that into sales as well. Right? So the minute that you guys understand that we're not here because we want to just get good at outcomes, or we want to like, we just want to like dance around the numbers and, not certain. No, guys, like it's serious. Like if you want to be an elite level closer, you have to respond as one. You have to have the status, right? Like, look, Daniel just put a trench coat on.
I implement, bro.
He's adapting, he's implementing, right? Say do correspondence, right? So again, it's less about what you know and the word tracks. It's more about your leadership. That's all that matters. And if your heart posture is in the right place, like OZL said, everything else will follow. But you have to also understand your heart can be in the right place and you can be a good leader. So you have to also understand your tone. You also have to understand the sequencing of questions, not enabling people. If someone has a question, stop it right there. Go straight into identity. I had a call today, that lady that I was talking to. It wasn't recorded. I was so upset that it wasn't recorded because her internet was bad. It was on FaceTime. But that was probably one of the best calls I've ever had in my life, because like I went straight into identity. I didn't even talk about the numbers. I didn't even talk about her goals. I went straight into identity, and everything else followed because she felt safe and she felt influenced. And there was a positive say-do correspondence where when I asked her something, she reflected and she was like, you're right. I probably shouldn't go to the airport and just like look up and just wait for like someone to come down and explain to me how to fly the plane. I just got to pick the next plane, because the more I wait, the more expensive it is. And she said that because she had that correspondence. Boom. And then the likeness. I'm married. I also went through depression like her husband. Boom. Power and status. I have a scarce resource that she doesn't. Power, say do correspondence. And then credibility. Well, I'm working with one of the best financial offers in the world. So there you go. That's all I need. And also my own case study. Right? I've gone out of debt. I've made the money. If you're selling fat people stuff, you probably would sell a lot more people if you were fat before, because you can relate to them. If you want to make more money as a bodybuilder, As a coach, you better sell people who had your transformation. If you went from skinny to big, sell to those people. What do you know about going from big to small? Probably nothing. Probably never done it before. Maybe you've cut, but like you don't know what it's like to like not eat and like have that mental battle. You don't know. Right? So the more credibility, the more status, power, credibility, likeness that you have, the more money you're gonna make. Does that make sense, guys? How was that session? Seriously.
Fire.
Best one so far, bro. Like
Really
it had
good.
more quality than than anything. I like that new style.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like in the
It's
kitchen?
special. It's special. No, the thing you just the status, power, credibility, likeness, and then what they all equal. It's very profound. I never thought of it like that.
Yeah. Because you gotta study how brains work, how humans work. And the second that you can understand that, then you'll realize that we're all human. We don't know nothing. We're spinning around on this planet, on this rock, in the middle of space, and no one knows anything. Like we don't know anything. We're not better than them. We're just like a few steps ahead of them. And we have the status because we have the scarce resource that they don't. We have the power because in our questioning, we have say-do correspondence where when they think of something, they can agree with it or disagree with it. And then we have credibility because we've been there, we've done that. And then likeness is just they're like us. They're just like us. You don't have to always have those four things in order, but you better damn make sure you have the first three. Because you can get status, power, and credibility and not have likeness. That's fine. You guys are not like me. Maybe Daniel. But like Oziel has a kid, Momo has a kid, Muslim. You guys are nothing like me. Obviously, we're all God-fearing, but we don't have the likeness that I need, but that's fine. I've already built enough power and status just through my content that you guys get on a call with me and it's 100% close rate because like you've already been influenced.
Yeah.
Like Hamza, like you want to know about the 3Ds, like the documentation, demonstration, duplication? Look at Barbat and tell me that I did not successfully duplicate myself. That was a pure SOP.
No comment. Well, I wanna actually say this though with the credibility, because like let's say you sell an e-commerce offer, right? And they sometimes pull you out, like put you on the spot. Like they ask you, "Oh, do you have a store, or have you actually started an e-commerce store?" And I've seen people handling it multiple ways. Like some people lie, they say yes, I've done it.
Do you want to ask me how I handle it?
Yeah,
Okay. So, I mean, simple. If you're selling a trading offer, you've never traded in your life, there's no need to lie about it, but it'll
Sure.
rarely come up just based off of how you're perceiving, how
Yeah.
you've been perceived, right? And if it does come up, like if someone asks me, hey, have you ever built an e-commerce store? I mean, if I can think about it, yeah, I probably have. I think everyone has, right? Like, let's just be real. But if I haven't, then I'll be like, does it matter?
Yeah. Doesn't
Like,
matter.
I've helped, even if I didn't, I'm not admitting it right away, but even if I didn't, what
But that's
benefit would it
Yes,
be?
let's go. I did it. Oh shit. Sorry, boys. I've been
Like,
trying all day. I'll tell you what happened, yeah? Because
Okay.
remember at the start when you went to use
The
the
YouTube.
restroom, I asked the boys to do me a favor, but no one did it. So I learned something today. If you want to do something, you gotta go and figure it out yourself. So I got into my old YouTube channel because it's my brand name, same as my Instagram. I'm uploading content tonight, boys, yeah? And anyone
But
that's
bro,
listening,
I texted you
you
in the
got it.
Zoom.
Let's go.
Check the chat in the Zoom, bro. I actually sent you messages.
Yeah? Oh, sorry. Let me see.
Private
What?
message here on
Oh,
YouTube,
private. Yeah.
on
Oh,
Zoom.
yeah. No, but I needed the email address and I couldn't get it. So I could
Ah,
sign in. I have the name, but not the. But anyway, thank you for trying. I
for
appreciate
sure.
that.
Of course, bro.
I thought I was on mute. Sorry, sister. But
So yeah, Daniel. So you're just telling them like, even if I did build a successful ecom store, would that make any difference for you? Like, what's behind you asking me this question, right? Like, you just would just probe into it and ask.
Like that, but also it's like, why do you want to know?
Yeah.
Like what's specifically behind that?
Would that give you comfort?
Yeah, because like you have power and you have a scarce resource by you not answering. But it's not like
Yeah.
you're not answering because you don't want to answer. You're just being a leader and you're like, do you ask the doctor where he went to school?
Yeah, questioning the authority, my authority. He's questioning my authority. He's
Like
taking
for
different.
example, like if it's an older man, you can make it like funny. You can be like, when was the last time you did a rectal exam?
Fudge, bro. That's deep.
And then there and then like before the doctor asks you to pull your pants down and put his fingers in your butt, did you ask him where he went to school? Did you make sure he put his fingers in your butt? No. You just accepted it. You surrendered. Why? Because you need to. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, are you gonna study the handbook on how to do the exam on yourself? No. I mean, if you want to, that's fine. But if you did that, you would have already done it.
Yeah, I
So
mean, no, I
let's
get your
talk about
point.
why you're not here.
I get your point, but I just want to know, like, you've been doing this for a long time. Like, you've been working with a e-commerce offer owner. Like, do you have a store? I want to know.
Right now, at this moment, like that I've opened up in my own name.
Yeah.
2026, January 28th. No. However,
Ah. Hmm?
however, I've met hundreds of business owners and partnered and teached and coached and mentored and brought people through this program and help people make millions of dollars online. It's like asking a coach, are you a soccer player right now? No, he's retired. Why would the coach hop on the pitch and start scoring goals? No, coaches don't play.
Right.
So my
right,
question
right.
to you is this, like, what's behind that question? And you can go into that because that's fear. That's mistrust. So you want to grab that, accept that behavior, and then make him choose what sort of decisions or behaviors or attitudes he has to start having moving forward. Because if he's asking you that, it's because he doesn't trust you.
Yeah. And you usually messed up in the beginning or somewhere in the middle, like
But
before.
you might do everything right and it might come up still. Just like how it came up with that lady. I just didn't disable it like the fourth time it came up. Like I did it like I spent a whole hour disabling it, and then I pitched her, and like I just didn't like I just went yeah I just didn't follow through anymore, which again is normal, we're human. But for someone like that, if they ask me this question, like, yeah, I hear you. What's behind that question?
Always. Why?
Like, why do you
Cool.
want to know? Or it's like, yeah, man, I hear you. I don't get that question a lot.
Oak tree.
Like, why are you asking? Or like, does it matter? Or do you just want to move on?
Yeah.
Like it's like you another tactic you guys want to have, guys, which by the way is another like psychological tip. It's called saving face. Do you guys know what that is?
Yeah.
It's when you let someone save face, which means like when someone does something dumb, or like let's say you're on a team and like one person does something bad.
You don't call it out.
The person that kisses ass is going to go to the boss and be like, hey, this person messed up. Versus the person noticing the mistake and putting that person to the side and be like, hey man, I saw what you did there. Go clean it up before the boss sees it. saving face. You don't want them to look bad, right? So when someone asks you a disrespectful question like that, right? Like, do you like, where did you get your medical degree? You can be like, sorry, what did you ask? Oh, I usually don't get that question a lot. Does it really matter, or do you just want to move on? Like, you give them a chance to like just like move on. You're not like reprimanding them, right? 'Cause it's like why would you even ask that question without saying why would you even ask that question?
Right. No, I get it. I get it.
Nobody
It's
saw what.
No,
yeah.
as in like when you do that, it's almost like, hey, like
Yeah, it's
nobody
like,
saw what
have
you
you guys
just
ever
asked.
like have you guys ever like want to like like someone's like about to dap you up and like you thought that it was for you and it's like they walk past you and then you're like and then your boy like does it for you, like that's saving face because he doesn't want you to look bad, right?
Yeah.
So like you want to give them a chance to like shut up, right? It's like, or like sometimes like I would be speaking to a man and a woman and the woman's doing all the talking and then the man like at the end of the call is like, yeah, we're just gonna think about it. And all I do is I just visibly turn my head to the man and I turn back to the woman and I'm like, okay, guys, you guys ready to start? Like I just like it's okay, bro. Like I'm not like I could address that, but it's like if the woman's already in tune and we're like connecting, she's ready to go, and like the husband's like ready to do it, I'm just gonna like pretend like I didn't hear it. Right? It's like your teacher when like you're at the front of the class and like you accidentally fart and like the teacher's not gonna laugh because he doesn't want anyone to know that you farted. Right? Because he doesn't want the kid to get bullied. Right? What
Yeah.
happened, Danny?
With me?
Yeah, you look
No,
like shocked.
no. I just didn't get like the kid farts and the teacher doesn't address it so that he can save face or what?
Yeah, so that the kid can save face.
Ah, yeah, because like if the teacher calls it out, then it's like over.
Why
Um,
were you the kid that farted and like everybody bullied you? Is that why?
no, no. I was bullied a little bit, but I usually was the cool
You
kid.
never fart ever? Do you even poop?
No, no, I did fart, but I farted like super silently, like no one heard it. I developed this skill early on. Only
Yeah,
like my neighbor can.
this is live. This is live.
I know, I don't care. So I have another question though.
Last okay,
So
hold on. Wait. Let's take a break. Time out. Does anybody else have any questions? Daniel, do you want to popcorn it to someone? And then we'll just
yeah,
popcorn it back to you.
I actually do. Oziel, you must have something, bro. There was a
Something to
lot.
add?
No, I mean, any question?
Questions? Honestly, no, not really. But like I did like the way that you guys were explaining saving face, because I never knew what that actually meant. And that's important to use in calls.
Yeah.
Yep.
You want to popcorn it?
So you notice how
Yes.
so you notice how I'm calm and collected when there's silence, and how like you guys are just like uncomfortable and like have to say something to break it. You guys have to be comfortable like just not talking, just being chill. Because I want OZL to open up, right? If I let him sit in the dirty diaper, now he's live. If he doesn't say anything, he's just gonna be like, okay, and he's gonna have to say something, right? That's also how you want to do it on your sales call as well. Right? So before OZL comes down, you have to ask a question and then popcorn it to someone else. That way they can come up here.
Ask a question.
Yeah.
Um,
Just like how you have to think of asking a question on a sales call. You have to find a way to ask questions if you don't even have them. That's like the best leadership advice I've ever had in my life. Because if you're not asking questions, it means you don't care enough.
fair. I would say, what's like the best and worst examples you have of applying this principle in your own sales calls, like in your experience?
Good question. What's behind that question?
What's behind it?
Yeah.
Uh, I guess I'm just like curious about how it would look like live on a real sales call.
Okay. So that's the best
Mhm.
example just now. Like me taking control of the conversation, you ask a question, but I ask you what's the nature of it. Because
Mhm.
it's just direct leadership, right? Like I'm holding the frame. I'm the owner of this meeting. You're on my call, right? That's how you do it on your sales calls. The worst example is just answering the question. Like if someone asks you a question and you answer it, that's like opening up a door that you can't close because now that loop is in their head now. If someone asks a question like, oh, like how do you guys actually like find deals? Like if it's a real estate deal, if it's like a real estate program, how do you guys actually find deals? What's behind that question? It's like you have to make it seem like in their head. It's like, would you ask someone where they found the heart that they're going to transplant into your body? No. Like you're literally just going to take the first heart because there's not a lot of hearts. Not a lot of people willing to die and give you their heart. So it's like, great, I have a heart now. Cool. Let's do it. Or like, is the person going to ask, like, how are you going to put the heart tubes in their tubes and my tubes? No. Are you going to like ask the guy that does the rectal exam how he's going to put his fingers in your butt? No. Like, he's just going to do it. Because you don't
Right.
want to know those things. Like, why would you want to know those things? Right? Why would you want to know how to fly a plane? That's not your job. So answering those questions and not giving the person the opportunity to see their own logic as to why they're asking that, because again, no one should be asking you questions. Like unless it's like a question regarding their symptoms. Like you don't go to a walking clinic and when the doctor starts asking you questions, you're not like, okay, well, like how do I like fix my cough? No, you might just ask like, how do I ingest the medicine you're going to give me? We haven't given it to you yet. You still have to go to the pharmacy and get it. We're going to give you the note though. So here you go. Do you have any questions? No? Okay, see you later.
And even
Right.
if they have, then you ask them, why did you ask that question? We saw that. Like, do you have any questions or can we talk next steps? Oh, I have. What's behind it? Right?
My dog just like wiped his butt on the mat behind me. I did not see that. Okay. But yeah. So dude, just look
Well,
at like just look at like the pure dedication in this group. Like Hamza's like sick and Daniel is like super engaged and then Momo is like about to walk through the screen. That's how you know we're a good group. Okay, so who's next? Oziel, you got a popcorn. Who's next?
popcorn, Hamza.
Your seat's nice and warm.
I popcorn my position to Daniel.
You have a question?
No.
You have to ask a question before you popcorn it.
Um,
Are you sick?
I think it's the start of it.
Okay. Then I'll let you think about your health.
Thank you.
You should probably get off this call and go to sleep. If anything.
No, it's fine. If it gets worse, I'll leave.
Yeah, we just gotta get to Momo. All right, Daniel. Let's see. Let's see if. Okay, let's go.
I know what you wanted to say. I'm collected. Do you want me to start with the shorter one or the a bit longer one? Which, by the way, both of them are short. Okay, I guess I just start. So I get the point, and I'll be short, I swear.
Okay, just hold on. Just listen, bro. Listen.
I need to give you a bit of a preface.
No, I know,
Trust me.
but I get it. But like, you don't always have to contextualize, bro. Like, if you want to be a great salesperson, you just have to ask a deep question. That's it.
Okay.
And if I don't understand, then I will ask you, what do you mean? And then you can frame.
Fairs. So obviously we know that the one who asks the question is controlling the frame, pretty much. Now, how does this translate into a interview scenario? When obviously you are asked a lot of questions, even though you are a salesperson. How do we frame back the question? Like, we still answer, but we just probe a little? Because you said you shouldn't be asked any questions anytime. But of course, in an interview, you will answer questions, right? Question is, how do you do that on an interview to be the
Okay,
best?
so can I offer you a perspective on that?
Please.
That's like a surgeon asking the other surgeon what they should do when it's their turn to get the surgery.
So surgeon asks the surgeon how they should do the operation.
No. Okay, that's like, okay, let's just say, for example, you're a surgeon, okay? Or sorry, so you're a doctor and I'm a surgeon, okay?
Okay.
You walk into my hospital. You need to get a heart transplant, right? Are you going to ask me what you need to do during my operation on you?
No, I just let you do it.
Right. Why?
Because you are the expert. I mean, in that field, in that specific
No, because
field.
because you're the one on the table,
Oh, yeah.
right? Like, you don't have to treat everything like a sales call, right? Like, if your mom asks you how was your day, you're not going to be like, what's behind that question? Like, you have to like disconnect, right? If you have an interview, let it be an interview, right? But like, if you want to like probe into why they're asking the question, sure, you can ask, what are you looking for specifically in your answer? Fine. But you don't want to do that every time. Like, you don't want to steal their frame,
Mm,
because they're the ones that are doing the interview.
right. So you let them do
Yeah,
their
it's
job.
like it's like you wouldn't ask the surgeon, like, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, you're not the person in control. It's not your call.
Yeah. But still, you need to build up some sort of rapport, credibility, trust, and you demonstrate your skills with your questioning ability as a closer. So that's why I wanted to ask the question. So, but it
Yeah.
makes sense. The other one is just quick. Like, obviously, if I show up with this, for example, on a sales call, like if you overdo it, you can also come across as too much, and like they can raise their guard. No, like if I show, okay, or does it also depend on like the actual offer or nature of the offer, what you sell? Like,
Hamza or Momo, come back. Momo, is
Oh.
Daniel's outfit
Mm-hmm.
too drippy? Like, is he like too class? Like, does he look like $1,000,000?
Take off the blazer, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't catch it.
I'm just being honest, man.
No, because he
And what-
asked, is there a possibility that if I overdress like this,
Mhm.
will it
Yeah.
kill this?
If you had a white shirt, it would be sick.
With a
No,
shirt,
but so
yeah.
the thing is,
Yeah,
Daniel,
yeah,
you need to understand that your outfit right now is not even close to overdoing it. It's like there's just no drip at all, right? Like you don't wear a blazer over a red shirt.
What? I think it's sick.
I mean, yes, but it's like it.
It's not too much. Okay, I get it. So it's cool.
No, it's basically like
Can
the
I
opposite.
answer this?
It's almost like the opposite spectrum. It's like your outfit is like not good at all. Like it will throw off the prospect.
For real. Like, so it's even better, like just the shirt.
Yeah, take it
Yeah,
off.
literally, bro.
I'm just gonna be honest.
Just the shirt. Like just the shirt,
Yeah.
but like even then, like wear something nice. But like if you're gonna wear something nice, like you can't put poop. Sorry, you can't put sugar on poop to make it taste good.
Bro, what? Like, how do you mean? Like, it's simple. It's just like
What?
two colors. It's
No, I
two.
know, but it's like okay, you can't make shit taste good of putting sugar on it, and then you putting a blazer over your shirt is like
Okay, so let me ask you, is this shit, does this look like poop or do I look like
no,
poop? I don't get it.
it
No,
corresponds.
the
If you're
blazer
wearing
is
a shirt, it's
good.
fine.
The shirt is nice, but it's like
It's like
all right. I'll give you an example.
it's like an ogre wearing a wedding dress. You're
Yeah.
not the ogre. You're not the ogre. I'm just saying like it just doesn't make sense. Right? Because like you're wearing a shirt and then you're wearing a blazer. Like it just doesn't make sense.
Why? It's like a sporty,
I have a good
like,
one. It's like wearing boots, soccer boots, right? With
yeah.
a suit. That's exactly how it is.
Yeah.
Bro, I
Exactly.
got drip, bro. I've been dripping since I was, I don't know, since a
It's
kid,
like
I
yeah,
got style. And I can
it's
tell you,
like
bro.
it's like showing up to like a church wearing a pimp outfit. Like the
Nah.
pimp.
Yeah, or like going to the disco in a
It's like
tracksuit.
your attire does not represent like class. It doesn't represent like formal attire. It just represents like again, I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm just saying like
No, I get it.
like if you want to like look the part, wear a dress shirt under your damn blazer or take off the blazer and just wear a turtleneck.
And bro,
Okay.
I got
Noted.
one more advice for you. Grow your beard, man. Grow it.
Yeah,
Like the
Put
whole,
rosemary oil. Yeah, rosemary oil is very good, and black seed oil. Right around here, it'll take 6 months. I didn't have a beard last year. I just had it here. It wouldn't grow on my face. And all my boys were like, just let it grow, let it grow. And it wouldn't grow. But I went through 6 months of it being rotten. And then the next 6 months it grew. I'll show you pictures in the group chat.
yeah,
Matt,
sure.
grow the beard because you're bald, and the beard
Yeah,
will look nice.
but I'm not a fan of the big beard. Like I like the mustache for sure.
It doesn't matter what you're fan of. Like, okay, I understand. Do you, yeah? But
Yeah.
if you want advice on style and what's the word? Masculinity and, just proper looking like a man, yeah? Not saying you don't, but if you let it grow, bro, whew,
Yeah.
it'll look good. But you gotta let
Okay.
it. It'll take a while. But a bit of rosemary oil, black seed oil, you need to groom, bro.
I'll
almost
consider
teaching the
it.
class.
I'll consider it.
So
It's all
Actually,
tough love, bro. It's all love. If we
no, I
didn't,
know. I appreciate it.
I'd rather call it out, than be,
I'll send you a
fake.
picture with a beard. I used to have one.
yeah, so listen,
Yeah?
guys. If there's no more questions, then what we'll do is let's just what I want to do is this, okay? Oh my gosh. Wow. I got like super lightheaded. I want you guys to one at a time, not all at once. Um sorry, I don't know why I got like super dizzy. Holy cow. I'm like I have like vertigo right now. Holy cow. Hold on.
I was
'Cause
gonna say,
I
Daniel,
think
I gotta head out.